Hi everyone and welcome back to the SD League September WARNO tournament. Today we have our second game with Meddi and Tanner. Meddi on the right in blue and Tanner on the left in red this time. Both players playing as the 7th Panzer Division. A rare game now that we have a mirror match, but we have one today nonetheless. Slightly different setups, lots of anti-air coming out for Meddi straight away. No anti-air at all, I don't think, on the other side for Tanner. Meddi being quite spread out, bringing some forces in around this side. Tanner being a little bit more focused with a lot here. One set of infantry coming over this way. Command in early for Tanner and Meddi, but Meddi has 2 commands in straight away. There is another 2 commands coming in for Tanner now, though. One will be going to Foxtrot, one will be aiming to go to Delta. Delta is already contested by Meddi. He's already in there with various units at the bottom. Lots of units coming down from the top for Tanner, though. He'll obviously want to get a foothold in the top half of the sector, whereas Meddi will probably have a secure foothold at the bottom. Meddi also already out with a MiG-21 anti-air jet, probably to take out any choppers, though honestly there aren't many. There is an Mi-2 chopper there, which is possibly going to be attacked by the MiG. Yeah, there it goes. Very easily killed. Main guns are very good on the jets at the moment. It's a 23mm cannon. Obviously the missile will have helped, of course. Another command coming in now for Meddi as well, along with some more tanks. Quite tank heavy for Meddi right now, but equally Tanner's gone more tank heavy at the top. Certainly a nice spread here. Some recon infantry here and recon for Meddi there. Commands in at the back don't have any defense other than those recon units at the moment. Cubs now being called in, 3 of them for Tanner, obviously to stave off the aircraft from Meddi. The thing is, Meddi may have seen that there's no anti-air at the moment, and possibly decided to buy some bombers, or possibly he's just trying to tease Tanner into buying more anti-air defenses, and therefore, you know, spend money on that where he's going to actually spend money on ground forces. There's a lot of opportunity for a bit of psychological warfare there on either side. Obviously, if, you know, Meddi was to bring out a lot of aircraft and Tanner didn't have anything to stop that, then he would have overwhelming force with a lot of bombers, for example. So Tanner does have to have a way to counter it. But equally, that could be the only jet that Meddi has bought and plans to buy, and everything else is going to be ground forces. And then, you know, these 3 Cubs, which cost 80 apiece, you know, that could have been a couple more cheap tanks that he could have brought in. Another tank coming in, some Conkers vehicles coming in as well now. Not something we see that often, but seems to be a little bit more common of late, I think, because the pricing is a little bit more reasonable than it used to be at 85. Some of them were well over 100 before. Well, the dice rolls on the missiles are quite frustrating at times, but they can scare people off. So not to be underestimated. Bunch of tanks sitting up here for Tanner. I'm not entirely sure why. Possibly he's thinking about doing a push around the back. He would be able to get round there at the moment, but would he be fast enough to stop defensive units getting in position in Bravo? That's difficult to say. Also the case that Meddi could bring in some kind of aircraft to deal with them. Cubs spreading out a little bit here. Plenty of air defense still in with those Strelas. Not the best air defense, but effective at harassing and certainly will kill jets if they fly over far enough. So, we are now neutralized with Meddi sat on 152 points, Tanner on 12. It's now all about who can do a push somewhere. Some movement here from Meddi. He is just moving up forces, and obviously these ones here as well. He's kind of doing a 2-pronged attack on the point. Has met those Motsuchin in the building though, and is having second thoughts, pulling away slightly. And obviously his forces here have engaged the Special Alpha Clara. He's not got the Pioneers close enough to use their satchel charges. That flame tank will be providing a lot of firepower against these infantry though. Yeah, it's pretty darn effective now. Not quite as exciting as the flame tank in Wargame Red Dragon, but very effective nonetheless. MiG-HE bombers coming in now. Not sure what they're going for. Possibly here. Another veered off. I thought they were going to try and bomb these guys. Dropped over here instead. Oh, very nice. That was a short run-up. Very effective, though. I'm surprised it didn't go past its target. Mass T55A spam coming in. Obviously, very cheap tanks at 45 points apiece. But both players can spam them. They're both playing the same faction, remember? But right now, I was about to say, does Tanner have more up here? He will do when all of those T55s arrive. Down here, I think Meddi has slightly more units. Certainly, he's managed to kill off more of Tanner's stuff that was here. But there were only 3 squads of infantry in total there. Panzerjäger coming in now, though. Recon around the back for Meddi. He did get that recon unit around the back early. Special Aufklärer have pushed up here a little bit. Very curious how this plays out, because I imagine Tanner's going to try and do a push at the top. Meddi's very spread out at the bottom. He could push, but as I say, very spread out. Suggests to me the issue would be he can be picked off by a more focused attack from Tanner. Though, putting those Conkers to good use, taking out the BMPs, it looks like his Conkers had better recon because of the Aufklärer. Equally, Aufklärer now moving up for Tanner, but unfortunately a bit late for those BMPs. The BMPs probably would have been quite useful against the Conkers if they had seen it early enough. Command coming in for Meddi, feeling quite confident he's going to get into Echo clearly so he can neutralize it. Not too much happening up here at the moment. That chopper's in danger of the Strela. There it goes, took a shot. Tanner got a bit of a force build up here. But I do note that Meddi is moving stuff this way, and he's going to get in this bottom corner where he feels a bit more secure with his command. Some more flame tanks coming in. Flame tanks very good option in a forested area, obviously, especially against infantry. It's going to be quite interesting. Tanner spreading out slightly with infantry across this point. He's bringing those tanks back now. Possibly intending to do a big push across the point. I mean, really, for me, what's actually in the point is Pioneers, Special Aufklärer, Pioneers. And the Special Aufklärer at the top there, and he's got a couple of... He could easily, I think, do a tank push through this point and take out everything. But whether he realizes that is a different matter. Obviously, he can't see what we can see. We can see there's only those few units there. He does have some ATGM troops and stuff and tanks down here. So he does have a little bit of fire support, and he has a lot of tanks coming in. Mostly flame tanks, though. So not terrible, but, you know, I would hope that the overwhelming force of tanks from Tanner's side could beat that. And there's the command in the bottom of Echo. Bunch of mortars being brought in now for Tanner as well. Aufklärer will have seen those coming in, though. Also, UAZ back here. Not sure how much that can see, but certainly we'll be able to see things coming down this road, I would imagine. Artillery piece in for Meddi. 2 artillery pieces, in fact. Trying to take out the anti-air. Cubs have managed to take out the jet that came in there, and a bit of a push going on from Tanner here. Reasonably successful. As I say, Meddi was quite spread out. He's got forces all the way along this line, and that means a more focused attack from Tanner can technically sort of push through that, because he doesn't have to worry about facing quite as many units. At the same time, obviously, issues down here are that Tanner doesn't have many units at all. He's just got these SPWs now, and that means that technically Meddi could advance. 3 artillery pieces coming in for Tanner as well. Tanner on the move at the top of the map, moving in all of his tanks now. Obviously should have an overwhelming force of firepower here. Do note that there are tanks and things moving up from Meddi as well to take these tanks on from the side. He has potentially lost a couple of tanks there. These ones... That one's badly damaged. That one's okay. Moving up with his infantry and some tanks this way as well. Good defense from Meddi though with those ATGMs. They have paid off. Tanner pushing hard to try and get into the corner of this point, possibly so he can bring in his own command at some point, but really needs to clear this area as well, especially if the Conquers. There's a mortar in there for Meddi as well, which I hadn't spotted before. Loads of tanks coming in for Meddi. He's spending most of his points on reinforcements of tanks to deal with the amount of tanks that Tanner has up here. Tanner has managed to kill the recon that was back here and is pushing forward with 2 recon units. Obviously, controlling this back bit means he could swing things around into Bravo. It means that Meddi has to consider whether he sends stuff to Bravo to now defend, which means that he's not sending as much to the front line. So that is not a bad maneuver by Tanner. It puts this under pressure as well. Again, psychological warfare, whether he's intending to attack it or not, Meddi has to consider it. Some of these tanks are coming in down here now. Obviously, these infantry spreading out. This SPW is still behind and the Conkers unit. I'm surprised the Conkers unit isn't visible to the Aufklärer, to be honest. Maybe they need to be a wee bit closer. Free reign, unless it goes over these Cubs, which it should do. Cubs firing at it now. And, oh, a MiG-23 in as well. Tanner stepping up his air defense capabilities. Not a bad shout at all. Seed coming in against those Cubs. Are the Cubs... Cubs are still weapons on, I think. Tanner may turn them off if he sees that. Some of them are depleted, but weapons still on. He's swinging them all the way around the back. Taking fire from a Shilka now, though, that. And another Shilka getting shots off. And he's lost the seed plane. HE bombers in for Tanner as well. I think they're struck over here somewhere. Tanner, unfortunately, his forces have been whittled down slightly here. He's only got a couple of infantry units there left. And down here, it's a bit of a funny position to be in. Because, let's be honest, I feel like Meddi has more, but it's not a lot. But Tanner has practically nothing in this point now. Obviously, Tanner spreading out from this point here. Some tanks engaging these tanks at very close range. But I think as it stands, I think the T-55 AM2s are going to win out this fight. UAZ right around the back there. Some Pioneers being brought in here. Another MI2 and some Motsuchin pushing up from that side now. Some more tanks here. But Meddi obviously won out that battle there, and Tanner has lost a lot of his attacking force here. Right now it looks like Meddi has... Oh! At some point, Tanner managed to kill the command that was in this point. I didn't even notice it go down. Maybe that was what the bombers came in and got. I'm not entirely sure, but indeed, it is dead. Artillery being used to good effect against these mortars here. More Motsuchin being brought in to try and defend this point. Oh, the recon unit back here has finally been killed, as has the other one that was further up here. Rocket attack chopper being brought in by Tanner as well now. It's sort of taking an interesting turn, this match, because I genuinely thought that Tanner would have had a good chance of clearing this point, but Meddi responded with a lot of tanks. A little bit of command sniping. Aufklärer obviously saw it from round the back there. He has lost the jet, but it did its job. Currently +3 to Meddi. Reinforcements have arrived here for Tanner. Lots of reinforcements are coming in this way for Meddi, though. He's trying to clear this area first. Command is in at the back there. Rocket attack chopper is in now. This has 2 missiles left, so the Strela can engage. Flame tank retreating away from that. Most of Tanner's reinforcements already dead. Pioneer Flams did a very good job. HE bombers coming in. This will waste those last 2 missiles. There we go, and it is now out of missiles. +5 currently to Meddi. He's getting a serious advantage in points again. Recon is in here. Will possibly have seen this. But whether Tanner has anything to bring in to deal with that, I mean, he could drop artillery on it potentially. Mortars coming in on that Strela now to take it out. It doesn't actually have any missiles left. And it'll probably be a little while before Meddi rearmed it. This command has moved out of the point, perhaps? Yes, it is. Concerned about the rocket attack chopper coming in for it. Now, realistically, Tanner doesn't have a lot in here still, but he's managing to force Meddi out, which is good. And up here, this is quite an interesting turn as well. Tanner now in control of this half of the point, and Meddi in control of this half. Obviously, those... Oh, wow, look at how close these are. Those Motsuchin are right next to that. And he probably can't see it because it's in the forest. I mean, he's so close to being able to kill it. He might think it's over here. All they have to do is move slightly, and it's dead. The advantage we have being able to see everything, people. Interesting. Lots of recon choppers and special alpha Clara up here. Some Motsuchin being brought in here. Yeah, they're engaging those guys. MiG-21 taking a lot of fire and is dead. Good air defense setup from Tanner now. Just under 22 minutes to go in this game. And it's a tight one, because once again, it's neutralized. MiG-21 under heavy fire. They are fighting tooth and nail for this point. P.Uri.Tanner struggling to get in up here, but he has managed to cap a couple of munitions, vehicles for supply to rearm his infantry. He will be pleased about that. But obviously tanks pushing in here and a command pushing in here again. And that might be the same command that's just moved around. Command has been killed at the top here, but it's currently +2 to Meddi either way. Lots of reinforcements coming in now towards the top there. And repositioning of the mortars. 2 T-55s pushing up here. And Panzerjägers coming in will be very effective if they can get close to those tanks, but need to get close to them first. That smoke is actually beneficial for Tanner, because it means Tanner's Panzerjäger can get closer. 2 HE bombers in there, killed those tanks. Really effective, well done. Good shout from Tanner there. Meddi still ahead in points by quite a chunk. Good spread of mortars here. Look at this position right now. How weird is it? There's like a smattering of each player's units in different points. It's very strange. Tanner's going to have issues with these Shilkas though. They're very near those tanks. Command also being brought in around the top there. Maybe he doesn't realise those tanks are there. The tanks should give themselves away though if they attack those Shilkas. MiG-23 in attacking this attack chopper. 2 more choppers coming in around the back with a special alpha Clara in. Meddi coming in with his MiG-23 ML though. Will he get shot at by the Cubs? The Cubs are badly damaged. He is engaged. He's engaged by the MiG-23 as well. It is dead. Tanner's MiG-23 should get out okay. These tanks taking fire from the mortars. Really good shout. Will stun them down if nothing else and potentially do a little damage. And they are almost dead. They just need a couple of direct hits from those shells to finish them off. Oh, I feel like P.Uri.Tanner's caught in a nasty position here. He has lost that command that he sent up there as well, I think. HE bombers in to try and take out these tanks. Almost dead now. 2 anti-air jets coming in as well to take out this chopper. Just so you can't see the Motsuchun, obviously. This is just a mass whittling down of each other's forces. Meddi in a much stronger position in terms of points right now. Map control is all over the place. I mean, genuinely all over the place. Look at this recon unit here. Does he know that's there? I honestly can't tell if he can see it. I mean, I can put this on, and it would appear as if he could see it. But the thing is, we can't see the line of sight for stealth. But surely he can see that there. Surely that's visible. Is he actually just going to engage it with the machine gun? He's parking right next to it. Surely they can see each other now. Special Alpha Clara around the back here will be coming up against the Shilka. Very low health, so the Shilka might win that fight. Depends if the Special Alpha Clara get the shot off first. They might do because obviously they're recon. Up here at the top, HE Bomber coming in to kill that again. One Shilka managed to escape right to the back there. Another command coming in for Tanner. He needs to get into that point. Obviously, Meddi doesn't have a command in there at the moment. What is going on with this UAZ? Tanner, if you're watching this cast, did you actually ever see that command vehicle? Because you were like sat right next to it there. I'm genuinely confused. If you just never saw it. Because I don't know how you wouldn't have seen it. With, you know, stealth and optics, that should have been visible. I would have thought, but maybe I'm wrong. But they were right next to each other. Good use of artillery here to support the Pioneers. Pioneers versus Pioneer Flam. Pioneers trying to get into range to use their satchel charges. Not quite in range, apparently. Moving in now. We can see the range on them. Almost there. But losing lots of units. The Pioneers will die to the Pioneer Flams. Special Alpha Clara moving in on this command here. So Tanner could be about to lose yet another command vehicle. Tanner got a good push going on out of this point now, though. So complete turnaround here. Tanner in a much better position, being aggressive against Charlie. Not a lot in Charlie either. He's got a couple of tanks here and these Pioneer Flams here, but that's about it. Some more reinforcements coming in. Up here, again, there's units all over the place in this point. Neither player with any recon in the point. Oh, actually, I tell a lie. The UAZ is recon. But Tanner probably with the greater force in the point right now, but there's plenty of reinforcements coming in here. But look at all of the anti-air jets in for Tanner right now, and the HE bomber. I feel so sorry for this command vehicle. It is completely surrounded. Special Alpha Clara moving up to this road here to provide fire on... Oh, Tanner hasn't moved his artillery pieces. This could be unpleasant for him. Look at how many jets Tanner has right now. Anti-tank jets, HE bombers. I mean, he should be able to take out a lot of these forces coming in. There isn't a lot of anti-air there. In fact, is there any anti-air? No, there isn't. The Cubs are just being called in. I think he's managed to kill all the anti-air that was up there. A strong position for Tanner right now. +3 currently. He's got a lot of catching up to do in points. If he can break into this point and kill the CV, he'll be in a good position. But obviously, this CV is under a lot of pressure. And I don't think Tanner knows that these guys are here. And I still don't think he spotted that command at the back. I'm really baffled by that. I'm really genuinely baffled as to why that recon unit wouldn't see that thing. It's possible Tanner just missed it or he's ignoring it, I'm not sure. But I almost feel in the back of my head like it's... I don't know, like it just never appeared. Just a constant stream of jets from Tanner right now. All going for this thing here. Those cubs are now in though, so he needs to be careful. He's going to take fire. He's going to lose something here. Currently they're missing. Got one hit, and they're out of missiles. That's them done. They only have 3 missiles apiece until they get rearmed. They did do some damage, but not enough. Tanner in this point now quite effectively. What is going on over here? Oh, he's got eyes on that command with this SPW, and it's bombed. It is dead. Tanner now +3 points. His command at the back has finally been killed by the Special Alf Clara there. But there are reinforcements coming in to deal with that. But currently we are +3 for Tanner. Huge force, or reasonably huge force, pushing in from the bottom of this point by Meddi, but coming under sustained fire from mortars and probably some artillery shortly. I tell a lie. All of Tanner's artillery is dead. It must have been finished off by that Special Alf Clara squad. Unless a bomber came in and finished it. But Tanner still with all his mortars. Still putting pressure on here. That said, Tanner has lost a lot of his forces that he seemed to have in here. He is bringing in more though. Some tanks moving in here. Coming up against missile fire though. Tanner has also lost some of his infantry at this point of the map. What a weird game. There are units here, there and everywhere. Tanner now realizes these units are here as he's losing his vehicles and infantry to them. He lost all those vehicles very quickly. He's now going to lose his infantry as well. These ones might do enough damage to... I don't even know if that'll be enough to kill them. These Motsuchi may get redirected there though. I think those were intended reinforcements to come up to the front line in Charlie. They're not going to get there. Special Alf Clara doing a really good job. Look at this push from Meddi here. He's done a great job getting back into this point, putting so much pressure on Tanner. He's just got to spread the units across the point. I mean, 11 minutes left to go in this game. Both players must be hurting for units at this point. They've both lost a lot. Tanner now bringing in the T-72s. Command has been killed in this point, obviously, but he's brought a new one in. Still not killed this one here. MI2 chopper coming in, trying to find that command. He obviously didn't see it. I don't understand why it wasn't spotted by the UAZ. It makes no sense. There is no reason it shouldn't have been spotted when they were that close to each other. That is crazy. There are serious issues still with optics in this game if that was not spotted by that UAZ. I'm actually tempted to play this through again fast by myself and just see if it gets spotted. I'm genuinely curious. Genuinely curious. Cubs doing the job for Meddi now. Tanner now struggling to keep pressure on this point, but has managed to chase out the T-72 command tank. Obviously managed to resecure here. Does he have any commands left is the question. He's still +3 currently. He could do with getting a command into this point. But whether he has any left, I mean, he's lost 4 or 5 commands. UAZ pushing in here. I mean, the UAZ might be able to do enough damage. Can that UAZ not see that? Yes, he must be able to because he's dropping bombs on it. Killed his own UAZ, but who cares? Command is dead. But still only +3 to Tanner. I saw marker go down there. Oh, he's just marking up the cubs. Potentially for some counter battery fire. Loads of tanks coming in now. And some Alpha Clara. Is this the point in the game when neither player has any infantry left and it's just now going to be a tank spam fest? Because that's all they have. It's a distinct possibility. These Mortuchin are in not a terrible position. They're obviously quite weak, but if he could get them further in, he could kill any commands that come in. That said, of course, you do have the MI2 going up there to scout. Tanner in an interesting position here. He's sort of got control of half of this point, but again, does he have any commands left? I'm not sure he does. Meddi with a command in the center point now. Back to being neutralized. I mean, he could certainly stream bombers into this corner to try and kill that, but it is a command tank. Is this what could save the game for Meddi and allow him to win? Having command tanks that are harder to kill. Seed jet is down. Command tank here, command tank here. I don't know if he is now out of commands as well. That could be his last two. Just under 8 minutes left to go. And this is really going to the wire here. And there's not a huge difference in points right now. If there's truly no commands left, this could be all about who kills a command at this point. A command snipe would win this game. Alpha Clara pushing around the back here, hoping to get eyes on this, I'm sure. Lots of units coming up here for Tanner, and namely tanks, because I think that's all he's got left. What a strange game. You know, sometimes you expect a strange game from a mirror match in particular, but this one's been all over the place. There's been units here, there, and everywhere. It's been like a patchwork quilt of units, of red and blue. It's not been like a proper front line. There's been units behind each other's lines, and yeah, strange game. An enjoyable game. Push here coming from Tanner. He needs to get in here. He needs to kill that T-72. If he can kill that T-72, this could be game over. I think that will be game over for Meddi. I don't think he has any commands left. And he can't win with a single command. Oh, here it comes. Tanner has 2 commands left. He got command tanks left. And they are coming in. If Meddi has no commands left, this is game. Tanner has to win with 2 command tanks, especially if Tanner manages to kill Meddi's T-72 there. It is retreating quickly from all of these tanks. There's T-72s, there's T-55s. I mean, there's nothing that can stop Tanner here. He should be able to kill that tank. There are reinforcements coming in. Still a couple of infantry left for Meddi by the looks of it, but command tank in this point now for Tanner. T-72 retreating. Cub about to die. Oh, got lucky. T-72 taking shots. Command tank is right there. They can probably see it. Or he certainly knows it's in that area. Special Alpha Clara in again, pushing up the top there. I expect he'll want to try and get a snipe on this, but currently it's +5 to Tanner. He still has 2 commands here. He could potentially push one into Charlie, but obviously that's very risky because he's not in a solid control of it anymore. 5 minutes left to go. Tanner could, in those 5 minutes, push far enough ahead to get a win. Currently it would be a draw, I think, in the tournament rules. Could be that Meddi will scramble to get this command tank back over here just to try and drop Tanner's advantage a bit. But if Tanner can kill that T-72 command tank, That could be game. HE bombers coming in here and anti-tank jet coming in. Might get that kill. Oh, it hasn't yet. I think it's got out okay. Oh no. Yes, it did. Command tank is dead. Command tank is dead. 4 minutes left to go. I think that's game. Unless Meddi can do some major sniping very quickly. He's going to try and snipe this one around the back. That's for sure. Look at them go. He's heading around there. Has he been spotted? No, he hasn't. There's no recon there to spot them. Unless that Alf Clara saw them. I doubt it somehow. But that command tank is about to die anyway. It is dead. The AT got it. AT jet doing its job. It doesn't matter if it dies now. +7 to Tanner. He is a mere few points away from the win here. I'm seeing no commands coming in from Meddi now. So this was a war of attrition. Command actually here for Tanner. He is thinking about pushing into this point now. But even if Meddi kills that, it is now the case that Tanner has won the match. There's no feasible way for Meddi to pull this back. He cannot cap anything. He has no commands left. Well played, guys. That was a very, very weird game. I imagine Meddi is going to get the snipe on that unit, command unit at the back there, but wow. Just over 2 minutes left to go in the match. It's being taken right to the wire, but even with a kill on that, this command tank is about to go in here. Not that there's much to defend it, but I suppose for Tanner it doesn't really matter at this stage. There's no feasible way in the next 2 minutes that Meddi can annihilate that many command vehicles. And it wouldn't matter anyway because Tanner's already well ahead in points. So that is game. Meddi fighting on though. See if he can get that last kill on the command up here. But Tanner with overwhelming force in the center of the map now. I think Meddi's probably got overwhelming force down here. That command was in there to make it +9 just to ensure that win. Waiting to see if that command gets killed. I think this is what Meddi's staying in the game for now, to try and kill that command just for the satisfaction of taking it out. May get the chance to kill this command as well. It is being retreated out of the point though. But hanging on till the very end with those 2 command tanks from Tanner. It was unexpected. I thought they were both out of commands, but Tanner did have those 2 left. Well, congratulations Tanner in that second game. A big difference in kills to losses there by the end. Obviously, Meddi trying to fight tooth and nail. What a game, guys. That was a strange one in terms of just positioning of units throughout the game. What stood out there? T55AM2, MI24D did a great job. Artillery is doing okay. Special Alf Clara did a good job in that game as well. And on the other side, Motsuchin doing a good job. SU-22, HE bomber was doing a fantastic job. Motsuchin, another HE bomber, another Motsuchin. T72, that was an interesting spread of units doing well, considering you were both playing the same team. Well done, guys. I believe that was 1 game each. So, a draw overall. A good set of matches. I'm looking forward to seeing your next ones in the tournament. Thanks very much for watching, everyone. Please do like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you all soon for some more WARNO.